Hello and welcome everyone to part 2 of our layering with heat transfer vinyl series. Last week we showed you the basics of how to do a layer design, but this week we're stepping up the game and we're going to show you some things that you can do only with a premium heat transfer vinyl like Siser Easyweed, or even, heck, any Siser products. I'm going to be doing a lot of layering in this video, from strip flock on top of glitter to electric on top of glitter. A lot of things that you're not usually supposed to do, but you know, if you're doing things like trophy balls or even cheer ribbons, they're not going to be washed, so we can take a little bit more risk. And I'm going to show you how you can do that using a heat press. So sit back and relax, and if you like what you see, be sure to click that like button down below. We've got a few things that we're going to be pressing today, and lucky for me that we keep plenty of Siser products stocked in our Redmond retail location. So all I have to do is come down and bother Mike for a bit. We've got tons of Siser sheets by the yard you can pick up, and also plenty of stuff in the warehouse if you need something larger. So if you're ever in the Redmond, Washington area, be sure to stop by and say hello to Mike. He's more than happy to give you a demonstration or answer any questions you might have. In my personal experience, ribbons are not something that you just throw in the washing machine, so you'll be able to get away with some crazier layered combinations that may not be recommended for normal use. Like, for example, putting strip flock on top of glitter. Alright, let's go ahead and start with something basic for this example. With Siser Easyweed, we're going to hit it at 305 degrees Fahrenheit for just 1 second to tack it down. That's right, Siser allows you to do a 1 second tack. And with that 1 second tack, you're going to be able to get almost no shrinkage when you're applying multiple layers, so it's going to look way better than any other vinyl. With everything else I've been doing, it requires a higher temperature and a longer time, so it's going to be nice to do it with the Siser, because you're not going to see as much shrinkage as you would with anything else because we're using a 1 second tack. Now that my white layer is down, let's put some Strip Flock Pro on top of it. I loved weeding this stuff, and I really like the feel of it. This light blue was kind of like weeding a fluffy little cloud. For the design on the left, I'm going to layer it directly on top of the design. And then on the right, I'm going to be putting the flock in a negative space that I cut out and weeded with my cutter inside the Siser logo. Take as much time as you need, and maybe even tack it down with some heat-resistant tape so that your non-stick sheet doesn't move the vinyl around when you go to press it, like you see here. On my final layer, I'm going to press it at 305 degrees Fahrenheit for a full 12 seconds. And then I'm going to press it again with my non-stick sheet, covering it for 10 more seconds as a finishing press to make sure that it's really nice and firmly pressed into the fabric of the ribbon. Out of all of these, I really liked putting the electric on the glitter. It gave it a real nice texture, as you can see here. I pressed all of these ribbons at the same 305 degrees Fahrenheit, doing, a single second tack when applicable, if not, 5 to 6 seconds. And then the final layer for about 12 seconds, followed by a finishing press. So all of them turned out really nice, as you can see. Next up, we've got this practice softball. The store was all out of normal ones, so I had to buy the neon green practice one, but that's beside the point. I'm not going to lie to you, because of the shape of the ball and the size of it, doing this design didn't really work too well for me. I had some wrinkles. If you want to do something like this, I really suggest that you maybe cut a little slits around the backer to give it some flexibility. And I'm going to just rub the ball up against the heat press with the non-stick sheet, keeping the ball protected. My heat press is at 305 degrees Fahrenheit, and I'm rubbing the area, about 2-inch area, for about 10 seconds, and then moving on to another 2-inch area after that. Because it isn't the best shot for this camera, I'm going to remove the non-stick sheet. Do not try this at home. You could damage your press. I'm a professional. When you're ready, you want to peel away the backer, and you will notice that I have some wrinkles, as I mentioned before. The image was created to be placed on a flat surface, not a round softball, so it's not going to look the best. But for me, I think it did pretty good. My chance for redemption comes with the royal blue Siser Easyweed, and like a boss, I'm sorry, I'm going to just hold it down and roll the ball against the top plate very carefully so I don't burn myself, and we should be good to go after a few seconds. And if it's a little loose, that's okay. You can just press everything down with your thumb, and then you want to do your finishing press with the non-stick sheet on top of it. After that, we've got an okay looking practice softball. If this is something you're looking to do on a larger scale, I would advise you to do smaller stuff, break your design or image into multiple pieces, and then apply them separately for the best results. Let's get to the clickbait I've been teasing for the last week. The foosball, or football, Mama says the most important thing to do before heat pressing a football is to deflate the thing. So what you're going to want to do is grab Bill Belichick, Tom Brady, and Robert Kraft and just get them together in a room and then place your football in the middle of it, and it should start to deflate instantaneously. I'm kidding, of course, but it's really just jealousy and bitterness because my team has no quarterback with any skills like Tom Brady. So my apologies, Patriots fans. But seriously, to deflate the ball, you just want to stick a needle from the ball pump into it, and once you get it in there good enough, you just start to hear the air release from it. Once deflated enough, you can start attaching your transfer to the football. It doesn't have much of a curve as the baseball, so it's going to be easier, but you still might want to cut slits into your backer. Just like the baseball, I'm going to have the heat press at 305 degrees Fahrenheit, and we'll be rubbing the HTV against the top of the heat press for about 10 seconds per 2 inches. You might have to do it a few times because this is just a weird way to apply it, and it's not a football press. Even if it doesn't fully stick down the first time, you can kind of peel it off and then push it down with your finger and kind of make sure it's in the right position before doing a finishing press. I am going to cut the backer of the second layer of Siser Easyweed so that it fits to the ball better, giving me a much better look. Just going to give it a quick run underneath the heat press and then press it with the Siser Royal Blue Glitter on top. And then bam, we've got a trophy football with 3 layers. This is cool, but I weeded all this vinyl, so let's see what else we can put on the ball. And remember, I pressed all this at 305 degrees using my little rolling method where I'm kind of just going about 2 inches for 10 seconds, rolling it back and forth. And that's how I got everything to transfer. Electric with Strip Flock Pro, anybody? Or how about this 4-color bulldog down here with gray stretch, stretch white, electric red, or orange, and then Strip Flock black outline. More logos with the Siser Strip Flock Pro around it and the Siser Easyweed up top. It may not be the best color choice or layer job, but hey, I'm pretty proud of what I did here. Hopefully it was enough to give you some ideas to get creating yourself. Be more than happy to see some of the things you make, so feel free to share them with us on Facebook or the Instagram. Wow, the Instagram. We want to see what you do, and we've got big plans for the content this year, so make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel so you can keep up with all the fun and action and excitement here at USCutter.com. If you have any questions and would like to talk to somebody, just shoot an email over to sales@USCutter.com. If you've got any support questions, shoot an email over to support@USCutter.com. Our support team's happy to help you out. We've also got phone lines that are open Monday through Friday from 7:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. PST at Pacific Standard Time. If you need to speak to a sales rep or support rep, that number can be found at the link in the video description down below. As always, thank you so much for taking the time to watch this, and have yourself a wonderful day. Take care.